honored to have you with us on this special broadcast of the Urban Debate. Viewers, not the first time that we will be talking about exams being held amidst COVID, but this is going to be a special broadcast for sure. In our continuing series of focus on education, on entrance examinations being held, or final year college exams being held, today one more time we raise the issue of NEET and JEE exams. Again, why am I focusing on both of these? Because the JEE exam gets held between 1st and 6th of September. That's just a week away from now. The NEET exam will be held on 13th of September. So that too happens next month. Why am I raising this issue one more time? Because there are about 8.5 lakh candidates, aspirants just for JEE and over 10 lakh for NEET exam across the country. This is an issue that matters to the youth of our country. This is about the students who for years, not just the last 3 months, not just the last 6 months, for years have been preparing for these entrance exams. And tonight my focus will be, alright, if we don't have any other option, if the center will not relent, but are the states ready? How are these students going to get to the examination centers? I'll tell you why I want to talk about this, viewers. One simple look at any of the arguments that have been presented by the center, by the HRD ministry, by the National Testing Agency will tell you that they are only focused on guidelines for the exam center. Wear mask, wear gloves, ensure area is sanitized twice in a day, ensure that there is social distancing and thermal screening. Same goes not just for the candidates but also for the invigilators, the teachers who will be put on duty for these exams. Not a single thought has gone beyond that. If you ask even the National Testing Agency, and his chief in an interview to the Doordarshan actually said that if there are those who are unable to take this exam because of COVID related restrictions, then we will see. Let's first hold the exam. What does that even mean? He says we've requested the states to ensure everything else gets done, transport related issues. What does that even mean? How many exam centers do we have? Do we even have one exam center in every district of this country? No, we don't. Do we know how these students are going to reach their examination centers? No, we don't. Do we know what happens in terms of safety and sanitization after they leave these examination centers and go back to their homes? How will they go homes? No, we don't. So tonight, I am not going to say it. I am going to ask the aspirants, the candidates to themselves talk about it. So tonight, it's going to be the state authorities on one end and the students on the other. And the students will highlight the problems. Why this is a challenge, the problems that the organizing authorities, that the National Testing Agency, that the HRD ministry and the entire central government doesn't seem to get. Let's say good evening to the panelists who are joining me right now. Sanat Alok, a NEET aspirant from Araria in Bihar. Azim Rizvi, NEET aspirant from Meerut in Uttar Pradesh. Tapajit Roy, he'll be taking his exams for NEET. He's in Barpeta in Assam. Badal Gautam, NEET aspirant from Dantewada in Chhattisgarh. Ritik Raj, a JEE aspirant from Ranchi in Jharkhand. Krishna Singh is going to be attempting both the exams, the JEE and he is a NEET aspirant as well from Begusarai in Bihar. Shivraj Singh, NEET aspirant from Meerut in Uttar Pradesh. And Manish Kumar, JEE aspirant from Nima in Bihar. We've attempted to get you from several different states, but our focus has also been states like Bihar and Uttar Pradesh that don't have enough examination centers. For NEET, Bihar only has 2 examination centers. Only 2. Parts of the state were badly hit by floods. Others are struggling with COVID. What's going to happen? That has to be something that the government responds to us. But the JDU spokespersons refuse to come on this debate. We have BJP from Bihar who will take on those questions. Let me also introduce to you the guests on the other side. Mr. V.A. Pogarendi, spokesperson for AIADMK, joining me this evening. Atul Londe, spokesperson for the Congress Party, with me this evening. Neha Joshi for the BJP on the National Front, and Dr. Nikhil Anand for the BJP from Bihar is with me. He will be joining us in just a bit. But let me go across to some of the students first. Let's also say good evening to Kapil Gupta, founder and CEO of NEET Prep, an agency that's actually been working with the students, helping them prepare for these exams. Sanat, let's start with you first. You are in Araria, Bihar. Now, Sanat, where is your examination center and what is your plan? How will you reach that place?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. First of all, I would like to thank you for raising the voice against the examination in the COVID-19. So basically, no mainstream media is raising the voice. So I'm basically from Araria, Bihar, which is basically a village, and it's surrounded by the flood, actually. So my center is more than 450 kilometers from here. So it's basically impossible to get me there now. So, ma'am, basically, Mahatma Gandhi said that the soul of India lies in the villages of India. The soul of the India lies in its villages. So, basically, why the government is ignoring the villages, I can't really understand. Is the government
Yes,
should
I understand
India
what you're
should,
saying.
hello?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, go on, Sanat.
Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, Sanat, I can hear you. Go on, finish your point.
And basically, Mahatma Gandhi said that the soul of India lies in its villages. So why the government is ignoring the villages now, conducting the NTA exam in the COVID-19? Or else NTA should mention that this exam is not for the poor students. It's only for the rich students who have their private vehicles. They can come to center. It should be mentioned there. They download their admit card. The rich students should download their admit card and go to give the exam. How can the poor students can risk their life to go, and how can even they go there? How will they go there?
I completely agree with you. In fact, Tapajit is in Assam. Tapajit is also coming from a state which has been badly hit by the floods. And of course, there aren't enough examination centers in the state of Assam as well. Tapajit, where are you based? What is your plan? How will you reach your examination center?
Thank you for having me here, first of all. Actually, I do not know how will I reach because I am also as well as from a village, which is Barpeta, which is my district is Barpeta, and I am also from a village. My village is completely surrounded by flood. All around my village, there is flood. Assam has been affected since 1 month. Since 1 month ago, and it is rain is still going on in Assam. 2.7 million people are affected in Assam. It is not a less number. How many people do get to study when there is no electricity? Out of 24 hours, people get 2 hours of electricity. How will they study? How will they reach the center when there is no transportation? When there is no railways running properly? In my area, there has been partial lockdown every Saturday, Sunday. Even after 5 p.m., there has been lockdown. And landslides is also a huge problem in Assam. So, yeah, that is my problem. How do I reach?
So you are in a place which is 160 kilometers away from Guwahati, where your examination center is, which is in Barpeta, which is where you are. And from Barpeta to Guwahati, how do you reach is the big question. The big question then becomes, what are the state governments planning to do? How are they going to get people from one place to the other? Krishna Singh is is clearly a very studious student. And a very ambitious one. He is going to give G and NEET both. Krishna, you're going to be giving both the exams. That means a lot of traveling for you and a lot of difficulty for you. Now you are in Begusarai. Have the buses started running from Begusarai to Patna?
Yes, ma'am. First of all, good evening to all. And I want to make some corrections. Krishna is not available on this live show. So I am Prashant Kumar Pintu from Begusarai, and the bus are running from Begusarai to Patna, but ma'am, there is a problem of social distancing, and if we transportation is a big problem, and if we go through a bus, then where is the social distancing? Because buses are running in a crowd also, and the center is about 100 to 125 kilometers far
तो आपका कृष्णा
from the
क्या
Begusarai.
प्लान है? कृष्णा आपका क्या प्लान है? कैसे जाएंगे आप? कोई रिश्तेदार है आपका? फैमिली में, परिवार में कोई है जो आपको छोड़ सके वहाँ पे, अपनी गाड़ी से ले जा सके? कैसे, क्या सोचा अभी आपने?
Ma'am, Krishna Singh is only 3 members in family. Mother is a housewife, and father not know how to ride a bike, and we have to go through a private transportation. It will be a expensive medium to go.
कौन देगा इनको पैसे? जो लोग छोटे गांव में रहते हैं उनको बड़े सेंटर्स जाना पड़ेगा, उनके लिए कैसे अरेंज होगा ट्रांसपोर्ट? लेट मी आस्क नेहा जोशी दिस क्वेश्चन. नेहा जोशी, 8,000 to 10,000 rupees, that's what it will cost if Krishna actually goes from his place to the examination center, because he will have to pay some kind of a private cab who also may not be really a legal transport mode. How do we help these people, and when will we make the plan for that? Neha? Okay, I don't think Neha's audio is through. There is some amount of problem. We'll go back to her. But Atul Ondeji, let me ask you this question. What preparations have the state made? And please, I don't want to get into politics. Every chief minister or politician waking up today and saying, oh, this is wrong. But अभी तक हमने कोई तैयारी क्यों नहीं की?
See, Tanvi, it is not a matter of what state will do, but it is certainly a matter what exactly the stakeholders want. It is a question which came to my mind since you have called me for this debate, that whether the central government has taken into consideration the views of the stakeholders, like the doctors, the professionals who knows about the coronavirus and its effect and its spreading. Secondly, have they taken into consideration the views of the students? And thirdly, are they prepared logistically to take these students safely to the centers? You yourself told me that Bihar has only 2 centers. Even when it comes to Maharashtra, how can you assure people from forest areas like Gadchiroli, Nanded districts, Kinwad of Nanded districts, and there are so many things. Even nearest place of Wada, which is nearby Thana, which is nearby Mumbai. These people will not also be able to reach to the centers because of flooding rivers and because of so many problems which we are facing. Maharashtra has already not conducted the final examinations. Maharashtra have already postponed the CET examination. Why center is so reluctant to conduct the examination? That is very difficult to understand. It is like मेरे मन को भाया मैं कुत्ता काट के खाया. This is kind of attitude is not good. Yes, it is important that examination should happen, but why don't you wait till November, when in any case people are saying that, doctors are saying, professionals are saying that in any case schools and colleges will not be able to open before the month of January, even if it is opened in February. Why don't you conduct examination in the month of November? Why don't you wait for this corona to go down? Why you are so adamant? Do you think that the life of these students is not important for you? These are the questions which central government should take into consideration. Even if they imposes the examinations, Maharashtra government will definitely try to provide all the facilities to the students to reach out to the centers. But we can't guarantee what corona will do. Corona will not listen to anyone.
Changed between July and now. Nothing may change between September and November. What are we going to do then? What is the state preparation that we are going to do? That is what I'm asking you.
Tanvi, already I have told you that Maharashtra government has taken a decision that Maharashtra will not conduct even a CET unless and until it is safe for the parents, unless and until it is safe for the students. Because for us, our priority is the life of student first, and then it comes to the career. Life बचेगा तो career important होगा ना. That is why we have even not conducted the final examination, which was criticized thoroughly by the BJP. I don't know. It is not a matter of politics, Congress and BJP. I'm just asking you. It is not even matter of state or center. It is matter when students are 90% of the students are protesting against this. They are burning their admission cards. They are the states like Assam, states like Bihar. They are flooding. Even the bigger states like UP, they are only having seven centers. Why you are playing with the life of the students? Why don't you listen to them? Don't listen to Congress. Don't listen to anyone. It is not about politics. It is about the life of the students. Life बचेगा तो एग्जाम लेने में मतलब है ना. Nobody is refusing to conduct the examination. It is about the time, and time is very dangerous. Even if you take the example of Maharashtra, even in Mumbai, Pune, and Nagpur, Corona is threatening like anything. Even a city of Nagpur, which is having population of 25 lakh, there are a number of 1,000 cases every day we are facing. 50 deaths we are facing every day. How can you assure the safety of the students in such a situation right now? Why don't you wait for it? Why don't you try to understand the mentality of the students? Because NEET and JEE, these are not the examination, normal examination. This will decide the future of the students. These are very deciding factors.
Yeah,
in the psychology and the preparedness of the students.
Let me
is very important.
let me also ask this question to Mr. Pugazandi. Mr. Pugazandi, you tell me, irrespective of whether the exams get postponed or not, we knew these are the dates for the exams. What steps were taken to raise this issue? What steps were taken to say increase the number of exam centers? What has the state planned now to provide transportation to these candidates?
Good evening. Is the mirror now? Now, this is not a time to conduct the examination, madam. The Tamil Nadu government has requested the center to scrap NEET or at least exempt. This is the thing. Since beginning, we are opposed by that our beloved leader Amma. It's still continuously going on. We are dead against this NEET. Now the problem is Corona time, COVID-19. The sense for students, the sense more for students. Students will not be mentally prepared for the examination. For example, the Karnataka government forcibly conducted the examination in SSLC board. We have not conducted the examination. We given the pass, all the students pass. Here what has happened, Karnataka, very neighbor state, conducted the examination, 2% students, nearly 16,000 students failed. See that examination appearance was very less. So I don't think that after outcome of the NEET examination, you won't get the result. I will write and give it to you because the able to entering the examination all itself, it is very big difficulties. You are correct. Now all the transport stopped in Tamil Nadu.
Which is fine, Mr.
Yes, we are not operating.
Yes,
the
no, I
transport.
understand that. My question to you is, the exams are now going to be held. Center is not changing its stand. Supreme Court said the life must go on, exams must take place. Now, either your government files a review plea with the Supreme Court or you go along with the examination. What is your decision?
No. Government still not decided anything. We are still opposing this examination and everything. We appeal to the central government.
It is 26th of August.
Yeah, definitely.
It is 26th of August, Mr. Pugayandi. When will you decide? 1st of September, the exam begins.
What you are going to do, madam? You are exactly correct. The Honorable Supreme Court already ordered, decided. Where we will go now? Can you believe you will get some result from the Supreme Court, that review petition? Possible. So we will wait and see. No other way, because of the Supreme Court order, we have to provide who are all ready to appear examination. This is the stage. But I am saying, like you, what you are asking, the question is correct. Yeah, I am opposing, we are all opposing. Tamil Nadu government, Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister, government, all, they are opposing this. You postpone. My friends, colleagues are told to the same. What is the urgency now? You have to postpone the examination. This way we appeal to the central government. You have to decide very reasonably. This is not a time. Students not at all ready for examination. This is the truth.
Okay. Okay, let me bring in Neha Joshi. Neha Joshi, respond, and not just to the political representatives. The idea of bringing along a AIADMK or the Congress or state BJPs is also to ask them what is it that the state governments are doing. But I have over half a dozen students here. I have 8 students, 8 candidates, exam candidates who are all 100 to 300 kilometers away from their exam center. Now, how are they going to go and take this exam, Neha? Answer them.
Thank you, Tanvi. I hope you can hear me now. So first of all, I didn't, there was a problem with the audio. I couldn't hear the audio of the young student from Begusarai. But one part of what he said, which I did get, was that the buses are running between Begusarai and Patna. That's just one point, that public transportation has started to function in most parts of the country.
With
That's
no
just one
social
part of the
distancing.
argument. Hear me out, Tanvi. Just allow me to complete. The Education Ministry and the central government, in every communication that it sent out, has said that the safety of the students is its utmost priority. Social distancing norms, detailed SOPs have been issued for each of the examination centers. Now, having said that, I do understand that there are issues, particularly in states like Assam and Bihar, there are issues with respect to transportation. Even states like West Bengal, where these arbitrary lockdowns are being imposed even now, there are issues there also. But hypothetical scenario, Tanvi, and please humor me here. We postpone the exam from today to, say, November or December. I belong to the state of Uttarakhand. The state of Uttarakhand, Himachal, parts of Jammu and Kashmir, the northeast, experienced snowfall starting early November in some areas. Do you think the situation is going to get any better for them? As far as COVID is concerned, you and I, or the gentlemen from the Congress or the AIADMK who are on this panel, with all due respect, none of us, unfortunately, is in position to predict where are we going to be in terms of the COVID numbers? The lockdown has given us time to prepare our infrastructure. Thankfully, the death rate in our country is very low. It's at 1.86%. The recovery rate is high at 76-77%. But we still cannot predict where we are going to be 2 months from now. So we have no assurance. There is no mathematical model. There are no doctors who can give us an assurance that 3-4 months from now, we are going to be in a position where we can say everything is safe, students can come and give the exam. We're talking about the future of 25
So let me save you your energy. Neha Joshi, Neha, let me save you some energy. At no point here have I said postpone the exam till the COVID situation becomes better. In fact, maybe because you are fixing your audio, when Mr. Atul Londe tried to give me the same argument, I turned around and said, let's just assume that if situation hasn't changed from May to now, in fact, has only worsened in terms of number of cases, it's not going to get any better even by November. My question is very simple. Look at the statistics. They tell you the story. In the state of Bihar, where there are 38 districts, there are only centers in 7 cities for JEE and 2 cities for NEET exam. A flood-hit, COVID-hit state doesn't even have a center in every district. In the state of West Bengal, out of the 23 districts, only 8 cities have JEE exam centers and 9 of them for NEET exam centers. In Jharkhand, there are only 5 exam centers in all, in 5 cities. That's it. Towns or cities, however you want to see it. Similarly, Chhattisgarh. Now you tell me, we've not even bothered to put up an exam center which is easier to get to in every single district. I'm not even saying one which is close by to every village. And we are saying we are ready to hold these exams. What was every single government, the National Testing Agency and the center doing for the last 5 months? Didn't you know the exams are going to be held in this month? Why haven't we prepared? How are people going to go from one flood-hit state on a boat? Or are they going to pay 10,000 rupees for a private cab, which is illegal? Or are they going to get into a crowded bus to travel 350 kilometers, not find a decent hygienic place to stay, get infected, come back, infect their entire family in a rural village which doesn't even have primary healthcare center? Can we please wake up and move beyond the mask and gloves and come up with a policy? Where is the policy? That's my question. I am not saying postpone it till COVID goes. I'm sorry, I'm not ignorant like some of the other political parties on the panel here.
To your concerns, can I respond?
Yes, please.
You know, Tanvi, if you look at the new education policy, it is some of these key issues that it addresses. However, in the short term, the NTA has increased the number of testing centers for JEE from 570 to 660, for NEET from 2,500 to about 3,800 centers. But there's only so many test centers that could be set up. Now, you know, my question to you is, and in fact, well, maybe not to you, but to some of the representatives of other parties, you know, the kind of belated concern that they've shown for these students, suddenly now they've woken up and saying, oh, the student's life is at danger. Where were these political parties when the students were going to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court said life must go on? Isn't it the responsibility of the Maharashtra government, since we have somebody from the Maharashtra government representing it here, isn't it the responsibility of the Maharashtra government to ensure that it could provide free transportation to these students? Is that something that the state could do? You know, it's so easy to pass the buck and, you know, sort of try to hijack a movement. I understand the concerns are genuine, and I completely empathize with the students. But having said that, you have to understand there is a big chunk of students and parents who want the examination.
Correct. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Time.
But since you know the reality, Neha Joshi, okay, fair enough point. Exactly what I'm asking every state government. We had 3 different state representatives yesterday, 3 more today, which is exactly the question I'm asking. Not even in your own states are you prepared for BJP, let alone a Congress governed state or an AIADMK state or a TRS or whichever other government. But I want to go across to, no. I want to go back to the students. This is not a political debate. I'm sorry, you are here to answer the students, not to fight with each other. Shivraj Singh, Meerut, from Meerut, a NEET aspirant wants to come in. His center is 47 kilometers away from his residence. Yes, Shivraj, go ahead.
Hello, good evening, first of all, to all of you. And am I audible? Hello?
Yes, you are. Perfectly fine.
Yeah. So, like, just now, the Neha Joshi ma'am was taking the side that we are providing transportation and other stuff. So, I just want to ask her, what is there a surety that if suppose I travel in a bus to my test center, is there a, even while wearing a mask or a glove, there's still a 1% chance that I might get COVID? There are been cases where people are traveling in public transport and they are getting infected. And plus, these public transports, they are charging double charges. And recently I talked to a person regarding for dropping me to the center. He asked me for around 5,000 to 6,000 rupees. I said, okay, but he said, I will not bring you back. And somehow I agree with him, because there's 100% chance that my clothes or I might be infected, and from me he can get infected. And you know, the cost, if he gets infected, that's going to cost him 1 lakh per day if he gets a bed in a hospital, which is not available.
Correct. I take your point. In fact, you know, this is a reality that the state governments have to take note of. From Uttar Pradesh to Bihar and other states, like Shivraj was also saying, there are people who are willing to ferry them in private vehicles. They are looting them, charging them 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees. Even then, they are not willing to bring them back. अब शिवराज को घर चल के जाना पड़ेगा 45 किलोमीटर, क्योंकि गाड़ी नहीं मिलेगी, बस नहीं मिलेगी. बस होगी भी तो वो सेफ है कि नहीं है पता नहीं. I know that Badal wanted to speak as well. Badal Gautam is from Dantewada, also a NEET aspirant. Badal, how far is your center? Badal, I think you're still muted. Can you unmute your mic? Okay. I don't think we can hear Badal right now. Let me also bring in Azim, who's also from Meerut in Uttar Pradesh. Azim, what is your plan? Is your family going to help you? Are you going to be taking the bus? Are there buses running from where you are to your exam center? अजीम, आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है? अनम्यूट योर माइक.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Ma'am, am I audible to you? Hello.
Yes, you are. अजीम बोलिए, मुझे आवाज आ रही है आपकी. Okay, let me go back to Shivraj, who wanted to make a point as well. Shivraj, go ahead.
And I just want to make one more point regarding is that what they are saying is certain SOPs, protocols will be followed. The people will maintain 6 feet. See, this is all rubbish. Nobody will follow any protocol. Like previous years, they were saying that no paper will not get leaked. Still, people get leaks, and dummy people are also giving the examination instead of the person. How will they ensure these protocols will be followed? No protocols will be followed. Recently, this an engineering exam was organized by the Karnataka government, and 1,700 of them are infected, and 57 so far are dead. So, what is the surety that we will be safe?
No, there is no surety. There can never be any surety, Shivraj. Even in your daily life, when you step out for your daily essential, food and medicines, there is no surety. That's something that you will have to learn to live with. What the government can do is ensure they provide you safe mode of transportation. And if you need to stay over there, they provide you safe accommodation. That is your government's responsibility. I think Ritik Raj, the aspirant from Ranchi, wanted to make a point. Ritik, go ahead. What's your biggest challenge and concern?
Thank you, ma'am, for coming here. I am from Ranchi, and in Ranchi, as you told, that there are only 5 districts in which test centers are available, and about all over Jharkhand, there are only 5 centers, and the population, the aspirants who are going to give exam in Jharkhand is comparatively high as compared to other states. And as you can see, there are 5 centers, and therefore it will be a huge challenge for them to go to their test centers. And secondly, we cannot confirm any examination cannot be conducted without. I want to say that we cannot confirm that it is impossible to conduct any examination for such that no one is infected. And if anyone is infected, then government will not take any responsibility of that student. The student have to take their own responsibility, and the government will not take any responsibility of the student. That is a major problem. At least government should provide some facility. If someone is getting infected by giving examination, at least they should get proper treatment after if they are infected through this examination, because the government is forcing us to give this examination right now.
Correct. So in Jharkhand for JEE exam, there are going to be about 228,000 candidates, and there are only 10 centers. For NEET exam, again, there will be 2 lakh about 11,000 candidates, and there are 36 centers. Jharkhand, everybody knows the state of healthcare outside of the capital city. Imagine what happens when students from smaller villages travel to the capital city, take their exams and go back, and if any of them catch COVID. That's the point. Why are we not increasing the exam centers? Why have we not done that? And I just want to point out the ridiculousness of some of the arguments that are being presented to us from the center and the National Testing Agency. National Testing Agency says more than 99% candidates have got their first choice of center. Without telling you, I mean, if you don't know, because you don't have an aspirant in your family, or you yourself have never given the exam, without telling you that the choice of centers are already limited, and you have to choose your 2 or 3 centers from that. That first choice of center for me may not necessarily mean that it's my city. Somebody who's staying in a rural part of our country, which is a large percentage of our population, in case the National Testing Agency forgot, for them, they will always have to travel. The difference is whether they travel 150 kilometers or 300 kilometers or more than that. So this argument that we have got 99% of the candidates have got their first choice of center is absolutely ridiculous. The other argument that they have given is that we will make the candidates seat in alternate seats for social distancing. What happens when they queue up to enter? What happens when their parents are standing outside because somebody had to drive them and bring them there? What happens to the crowding outside? What happens on the way when they are traveling? We've completely forgotten about all of those aspects, and that is my problem. Let me actually go across to Kapil Gupta, patiently waiting by. Kapil is the founder and CEO of NEET Prep. Kapil, from hundreds of students that you guys interact with, what's been the feedback? This first choice of center argument is so misleading.
Tanvi, it is, and I must tell you some of the points you're bringing out. This thing is worth pondering that exam has been postponed twice, initially for 26 July and then 13 September. There are massive logistic challenges, and these logistic challenges fundamentally start from the point that there has always been a fear that exams would lead to a lot of cheating. So they have been consolidated into specific cities, and it has assumed that people would reach there. That assumption broke when COVID pandemic happened, and they should have worked out on it. But I do believe that at this point of time, when center is very, very clear that they are going to conduct the exam, there are 3 points which I want to bring in from what can be done now till the exam, because whatever debate we are doing, I think NTA and MHRD is going ahead with the exam. So 3 points which I want to bring forward as solutions. One is provide health insurance to the aspirant as well as to their family members if they contract COVID, and they should be given some kind of a preference COVID card, because getting into COVID centers is not easy. Second, they should be provided travel reimbursement, and because NTA already knows where the residence is and where the center is. And third thing is, I think this worry which students and parents have also comes out of the fact that there is an information vacuum between the students and the parents and NTA on the other side. The government is saying, trust us, we will be able to do it. Whatever happened in Karnataka and Kerala and UP BEd, forget about it. We are much more professional and we would be able to do it. Like a presidential briefing which Donald Trump would do, why can't NTA chairman come out every 2 days and say, this is how we are going to ensure that when you get out of your home, to the time you go back to your home after the exam, this is how we are going to maintain it. Students have been suggesting me things like, sir, why can't we have a complete lockdown on the day of the exam? You see the problem of public transport. If you have a public transport with social distancing, they are not economically viable. So what they say is, we are not going to let people stand, but people can sit on the seats with masks and gloves on. That doesn't stop the situation. So on that particular day when exam is happening, let all the infrastructure which is available with the state, with the center, be available only for the aspirants. Because I don't think at this point of time, NTA or MHRD or the government is saying we are not going to conduct the exam. I don't think that is under consideration. But insurance, travel reimbursement and these regular briefings out of NTA chairman every 2 days would give a lot of comfort. I talked to students. One student called me from Meerut and he said, sir, can you talk to my father? He is not going to let me go and write the exam. And I said, you know what, wait till 11th September, hopefully something will work out. If it doesn't work out, call me back and I'll try and talk to this. There is a genuine concern which resides in every household of every aspirant now. And somehow a better communication and some other simple things that can be done. Provide or cover all these aspirants into Ayushman scheme.
Yes.
It is not very expensive. NTA collects 180 crore rupees in application fee for these exams. A lot of it gets spent, but they also collected interest for 5 months because that money did not get spent. Someone needs to come out with solutions, and I think some of the solutions are some other elegant solutions are possible to this
The
problem.
whole point, you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right there. Someone needs to come up with solutions, Kapil, but unfortunately what happens in our country is that we only are interested in politics. And so politics goes on. For the longest time, this wasn't even an issue for our political parties, for none of them. The poor students went to the Supreme Court themselves. The Supreme Court gave a ruling saying, well, we can't forever put things on
I'll give
pause,
you another
which
example,
is fair enough.
Tanvi, of the
But the
absurdity of the
responsibility of
situation.
organizing and setting it up is for the governments. All these governments have just been sleeping on it and only waking up now to make noise for political points, to show that they stand with the students. Not one state government has a plan ready that starting 1st September, how are these students going to get to the examination center? How are they going to go back? No plan.
Tanvi,
They're not even
if I
interested.
can come in,
Unfortunately, that's
just
the
one
problem.
more point.
Manish hasn't spoken yet. Kapil, I'll just come back to you. Let me go
Sure.
across to a couple of more of our candidates. Manish Kumar, JE aspirant from Nima in Bihar. Yes, Manish, go ahead.
Hello, Tanvi. Hello, Tanvi. Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello. Hello, Tanvi. Can you hear me?
Manish, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes. So, hello.
हाँ मनीष बोलिए, मैं आपको आवाज आ रही है सबको, कहिए आप क्या कहना चाह रहे थे?
हाँ, बेसिकली मैं बिहार में एक छोटे से गांव नीमा से हूँ। तो वहां से मेरा सेंटर दूर है 80 किलोमीटर। एंड वन मोर थिंग कि नीट और जेई क्या है, नेशनल लेवल टेस्ट। एज गवर्नमेंट नोज कि नेशनल लेवल टेस्ट है और गवर्नमेंट अच्छी तरह से जानती है कि बिहार में अभी लॉकडाउन है 6 सितंबर तक और पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट सभी बंद है। देन कैसे डिसाइड कर सकते हैं वो कि एग्जाम्स हो सकता है? जब पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट नहीं है तो कैसे हो सकता है फिर एग्जाम्स? फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर मैं अपना ही दूं तो मेरा गांव जो है उसके आसपास में बाढ़ आ रखी है। वहां से मुझे नाव से जाना होगा पहले 5 किलोमीटर और उसके बाद कोई पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट नहीं। अगर मैं जाना चाहता हूं तो मुझे 5000 में एक गाड़ी बुक करनी होगी एंड तब मेरा एग्जाम हो पाएगा। तो गवर्नमेंट ने जो ये डिसीजन लिया है कि एग्जाम फर्स्ट टू,
सरकार कह रही है मनीष की राज्य सरकार ने बसें शुरू कर दी हैं। बिहार में भी नीमा से कोई बसें चालू नहीं हुई, अभी शुरू नहीं हुई।
दिस इज नॉट अ ग्राउंड रियलिटी। ओके, ग्राउंड रियलिटी नहीं है ये। ग्राउंड रियलिटी वो बता सकता है आपको जो उस ग्राउंड पर सर्वाइव कर रहा है।
बिल्कुल
ओके, तो ग्राउंड रियलिटी स्टूडेंट्स ही बता सकते हैं।
सही कहा आपने। इनफैक्ट ग्राउंड रियलिटी के लिए जैसे मनीष ने बोला, ग्राउंड रियलिटी ये है कि देयर इज नो मोड ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट अवेलेबल। 80 किलोमीटर दूर है उनका सेंटर लहरियासराय में, जहां उन्हें जाना है। कैसे जाएंगे? हाउ विल ही गो देयर? बादल गौतम, अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ एंड गो अहेड एंड मेक योर पॉइंट। बादल गौतम इज अ नीट एस्पिरेंट फ्रॉम दंतेवाड़ा। बादल, हाउ विल यू गो?
मैम मेरा जैसे एनटीए ने कहा है कि वो 90% मतलब 90% फर्स्ट सेंटर मिला है उनको, पर मेरा फर्स्ट सेंटर रायपुर में ही था और वो 339 किलोमीटर दूर है मेरे घर से। यहाँ से बस तो चल रही है पर वो मतलब जिस डेट में मेरे को जाना है वो मिलेगा मेरे को उस दिन बस, ये मेरे को नहीं पता। और प्राइवेट व्हीकल अपन अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते हैं, पर अभी पता नहीं है उसका कुछ, और यहाँ पे कैसे होगा इसका भी नहीं पता है।
तो आपको अगर आप यहाँ से रायपुर बस में भी मान लीजिए चले जाएंगे बादल गौतम, तो आपको कितना समय लगेगा रायपुर पहुंचने में?
मैम हमको कम से कम 8-9 घंटे लगते हैं यहाँ से रायपुर जाने में बस में, और ट्रेन फैसिलिटी बिल्कुल भी नहीं है, मतलब पहले से नहीं थी।
करेक्ट। तो ये सोचिए, व्यूअर्स, थिंक अबाउट इट। दिस कैंडिडेट हु हैज टू गिव द एग्जाम दैट डिफाइंस where his career goes next, that defines where his future goes next, whether or not he will get an admission into a college of his choice, depends on how safely he can travel in a bus, if he gets a bus, from Dantewada to Raipur, which is approximately a 9-hour travel time. वहां पे रहने का भी नहीं, कहाँ रहेंगे,
Yes,
किसी
sir.
होटल में
Yes,
रहे,
sir.
वहां पे क्या सेफ्टी है, क्या हाइजीन है, कुछ पता
हाँ
नहीं।
हाँ
एग्जाम दे
वहाँ
के
पे
वापस सीधा आना पड़ेगा, बस मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी कहीं रोक्या।
यस मैम, वहाँ कोई मेरे
बोलिए
रिलेटिव्स भी नहीं है
बादल।
जिनके यहाँ मैं रह सकूं, और मतलब रिलेटिव्स रहते हैं तो हो जाता है एक दिन के लिए, वहाँ पर हमको 8-9 घंटे जाना है, फिर आना भी है। और बस में भी मतलब किस तरह, मतलब हमने देखा नहीं है ना अभी, बस पे एक बार भी नहीं गए, तो जाएंगे तो वहाँ भी इन्फेक्शन होने का चांस है। और मेरे पापा वैसे भी 50+ है, तो उनको
बिल्कुल।
ज्यादा
इनफैक्ट
मतलब
इनफैक्ट मुझे यही सवाल अजीम रिजवी से भी पूछना है, क्योंकि कभी कभी ऐसे लगता है कि हमारी सरकारें जो दिल्ली मुंबई जैसे शहरों में बैठती हैं और हमारे मिनिस्टर्स वो भूल जाते हैं इस देश की सच्चाई क्या है। दे फॉरगेट, आवर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स, आवर लीडर्स फॉरगेट द रियलिटी ऑफ दिस कंट्री एक्सेप्ट व्हेन इट्स टाइम फॉर देम टू गो एंड गेट द वोट। अजीम, आप मेरठ में रहते हैं लेकिन आपका एग्जाम सेंटर दिल्ली है।
Yes, ma'am. My exam center is in Delhi, but I can't tell you the exact location because I haven't downloaded the admit card yet. Because government is using our downloading process as a stamp that we are ready to give the exam, and they are talking nonsense. Rather, they are give us assurance that we are safe and that we will not have any logistic problem. They are blaming each other that state government is not doing. There is lots of uncertainty about exam. Now 7 states are saying that we will move to a Supreme Court. Now what we do, we are in between. We don't know. I saw interview of Vinit Joshi sir today on TT News. He said that we are ready, but the HRD minister will decide whether exam gonna be postponed or not. Why there is uncertainty? I can make them 3 points if BJP spokesperson or any other one can make anyone that you will get this one. If they assure us that we are safe and we will not have any logistic problem. The second one, they may postpone the exam for some time to get center in each every city, in every district. Then our third point is last, that they make it clear that whether there's a flood in Assam or Bihar, whether all India is flooded, whether heavens got fallen, anything can happen, but we will take the exam. They are creating uncertainty. There's a they are mixing up us with the politics. We are not clear about that, whether our
This
exam
is
is
a
going
very
to be
valid
held,
point, Azim.
whether our exam is not
Valid
going to
point.
be held.
Mixing our examination with the politics. Azim, let me see if I can get Dr. Nikhil to respond to you. Dr. Nikhil is actually also from the BJP, Dr. Nikhil Anand, but he is part of Bihar BJP. Dr. Nikhil Anand, I have 3 to 4 aspirants candidates from Bihar itself. Then many from Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Assam, Uttar Pradesh on this panel tonight, and everybody is asking this one question. Where is the planning? How will you get these students to their examination centers? They have senior citizen parents. Many of them have hypertension, diabetes, other life-threatening diseases. They cannot risk to step out. The private modes of transport are charging 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees. इतना तो डॉक्टर निखिल आनंद इनके फॉर्म्स के लिए नहीं लगा जितना उनको जाने के लिए अभी पैसा देना पड़ेगा.
Tanvi, we are so much concerned about the students, their career and their life. And government is making all the necessary, government is taking all the necessary steps so that a safer examination can be conducted. You know that for NEET examination, 1,387 extra centers have been created. And for G, more than 100 extra centers have been created. From today, the buses in Bihar have started flying, and the government has issued strict warning that the social distancing should be maintained. Otherwise, the buses will be booked, and the owners and the driver. So anybody who starts the bus from any distance to any other distance should follow the instruction and direction of the government. My point is that it is this corona epidemic situation is really a crisis time where we all need to be very sensitive towards the safety of the people, as well as we don't want that 1 year of our bright, brilliant students' career is wasted. Government has started all these examination initiative. Government has started taking on a very cautious note. You know, Assam, Odisha, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, they have started their state level common admission test. And in Bihar, more than 1 lakh test is being done, corona test is being done every day. And we have
So, Dr. Nikhil Anand, my question to you is very simple. Dr. Nikhil Anand, if I can come here, ये मान लेते हैं, let's just believe this, okay, life has to go on, exams have to be held, I agree with you. It's not as if this is the Haryana Assembly session कि पूरा मानसून सेशन 3 घंटे में 1 दिन में करके ख़त्म कर दिया. क्यों? क्योंकि चीफ मिनिस्टर से लेके स्पीकर और आधा कैबिनेट और एमएलए तो सब कोविड पॉजिटिव हैं, तो नेताओं को तो ये छूट मिल गई. अब वो तो असेंबली सेशन नहीं कर रहे. बट लेट मी आस्क यू दिस क्वेश्चन. In Bihar, there are only 2 centers for NEET. Only 2.
Yeah.
Bihar has such high level of candidates, a large number of candidates. 78,000 candidates for NEET exam, 67,000 candidates for JEE exam. और आपने 2 ही शहरों में बनाया एग्जाम सेंटर, तो कैसे जाएंगे लोग? पता नहीं आपने सुना कि नहीं. मनीष इज फ्रॉम बिहार. जस्ट नाउ ही वाज सेइंग ग्राउंड रियलिटी ये है कि बसें नहीं चल रही हैं. बहुत ही कम बसेस हैं जो कल से शुरू हुई हैं. आधी जगह तो वो पहुंच भी नहीं रही.
See, in all the examination centers, earlier there used to be 24 students sitting arrangement in a room, but now there is an initiative that only 12 students will sit in a room.
I am not asking from social distancing point of view. No sir, sorry, I am interrupting you. मैं social distancing के तरीके से नहीं पूछ रही थी. वो तो आप कोई बात नहीं, दूर दूर बिठा दीजिए सबको. मैं ये पूछ रही हूँ आपसे, लोग पहुंचेंगे कैसे 350 किलोमीटर ट्रैवल करके?
Tanvi, I think we don't need to have a image of Bihar which used to be 15 years earlier. Now every distance is being covered within 4 to 5 hours, and the transportation system will come to the terms on like on regular days. And I think when the examination will take place, the students won't be having much problem. Everything is being looked after by the district administration, by the state government. The government is very sensitive towards the need of the students, their parents, and the kind
sensitive. I'm sorry, Dr. Nikhil Anand. These government is very sensitive and feels sympathetic or stands by students means nothing to me. I have one aspirant here from Araria in Bihar, whose father is diabetic and a hypertension patient. He himself has health issues. His village is flooded and his center is 350 kilometers away in the city of Patna. Sanat, one more time, I am not here to sit and degrade Bihar. लेकिन जो आज कोविड और फ्लड के समय जो ग्राउंड की सच्चाई है वो बताइए इस पूरे कंट्री को. सनत आलोक.
यस मैम, मैं सिर्फ ये पूछना चाहूँगा उन सभी पैनलिस्ट से जो इन एग्ज़ाम के फेवर में हैं कि हमें एग्ज़ाम देने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. हम ये चाह भी नहीं रहे कि एग्ज़ाम ना दे, हम बिना एग्ज़ाम दिए कॉलेज चले जाए या एग्ज़ाम इस साल हो ही ना. हमें लगा था जब पिछली बार जब एग्ज़ाम पोस्टपोन कराया गया था कि सरकार एक नए मैनेजमेंट के साथ आएगी, सरकार सेंटर पास सेंटर देगी. लेकिन बिहार जहां 75,000 से ज्यादा स्टूडेंट्स नीट के और 60,000 से ज्यादा स्टूडेंट्स जेई के हैं, वहां आप 2 सेंटर देके सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग मेंटेन कैसे करोगे? और जो बोल रहे हैं कि ठीक है नॉर्मल, हम मानते हैं कि हम एग्जाम देने गए और हमें हल्का कोरोना का सिम्टम आ गया, चलिए हम इतना मानते हैं. वी आर स्ट्रांग, वी कैन फाइट कोरोना, वी आर स्ट्रांग, वी कैन फाइट कोरोना. हमें कोरोना का सिम्टम आ गया तो हमें क्या सरकार ये एश्योरिटी देती है कि 85,000 से ऊपर बेड हमें मिल जाएंगे एट द टाइम, या इवन एक भी बेड? बिहार में विधायकों को बेड मिलने में प्रॉब्लम हो रही है मैम। घुटने भर का पानी जमा हुआ है हॉस्पिटल में, हमारे NMCH PMCH में। आई एम इवन नॉट डिग्रेडिंग बिहार, आई एम ऑल्सो फ्रॉम बिहार। सच्चाई रखना एक डिग्रेडेशन नहीं है। जब घुटने भर का पानी जमा हुआ है ICU जैसे जगह में, तो हम अपना इलाज कराएंगे कहाँ? हम तो तैयार हैं एग्जाम देने के लिए, लेकिन इलाज कराए कहाँ? इस मुद्दे को क्यों नहीं कोई बोलता? इलाज कराने के लिए हॉस्पिटल हो तो हम जाके एग्जाम दे दें, हम कोरोना लेके आ जाए, हमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है।
5 डिस्ट्रिक्ट में मिला के एक हॉस्पिटल है पटना बिहार में जो कोविड के पेशेंट्स को ढंग से ट्रीट कर सकता है। काफियों में खुद जो डॉक्टर्स हैं और मेडिकल स्टाफ है उनको खुद कोविड हो चुका है या वो क्वारंटीन में है। इन दैट सिनेरियो वी आर आस्किंग स्टूडेंट्स टू स्टेप आउट एंड ट्रैवल 350 kilometers across to their examination center, and then we stand up and say no we are with our students. I am completely out of time, but ये जो कॉन्वर्सेशन है ये खत्म नहीं हुआ यहाँ पे जब तक कि एक राज्य सरकार, till the time every state government and the central government tells me what is their plan to take these lakhs of students to their examination centers safely, conduct a safe examination during COVID and take them back to their homes, I am not going to stop. For those people who are ignorant enough to say, well, how long do you postpone it? I'm not asking you to postpone it forever. Postpone it till the time you get this right. Because you wasted 5 months and you did no preparation. Don't play politics over it. My best wishes to the aspirants who will at some point this year take this exam, to Sanat, to Azim, to Tapajit from Assam, to Badal Gautam from Dantewada in Chhattisgarh, Ritik Raj from Ranchi in Jharkhand, to Krishna Singh from Bihar, to Shivraj Singh from Meerut in Uttar Pradesh, and Manish Kumar from Nima in Bihar. All the best to you and lakhs of the students. We are with you and we will continue to ask this question to your government. Why were you not prepared better? Thank you so much for joining us on this conversation.